Oh, you gotta love Mother Nature. She just doesn't know what she wants to do. Yesterday it was 70 and today it's 30. It's been raining and snowing a little bit. Welcome to April in the Northeast. And that brings me inside today. I want to give you guys a little bit of a tip here. I've been working on exhaust over the last couple of weeks, it seems like. And typically I don't do exhaust, but I had no choice. And I wanted to show you what I run into sometimes and how you can fix the same issue if you have this problem. Here's a typical head on a vehicle, and a lot of times we have problems getting these stud bolts off, these stud nuts off. There is something you can buy that will help you, and a lot of people don't know about this product, and I was pretty surprised to see this. You can buy something called a stud extractor. It is basically a big old socket with some teeth on the inside that you can actually put on the end of a stud, tighten this down, and take a ratchet on the back and help you break these studs off or get them off. Now, a lot of times what happens is you can round this nut off and you cannot get anything on here to grip it. Even with these guys here that I have, these work pretty well, but the problem is when the nut gets rounded off so much, it becomes an issue in between sizes, and it's either the next size up will completely just spin around, or the one that you really need will round off. But these are pretty good, but I find a lot of times that these work really well, and this is only I think about $20, and I've used this a lot of times. A lot of guys will, when they get the nut off and they can't get the stud out, or if they still have the nut on, it's rounded off, they'll even try to get a pipe wrench on it and try to get this off. But the problem is you got the manifold in the way, and there's no way to get in here to even use that pipe wrench. Or if you even have a thumb wrench and you can get a grip on it, well, you don't have much leeway here to turn it around because the manifold is going to be in the way. This guy here will save you a lot of problems, and it's helped me out quite a bit. So just for demonstration purposes, I'll set up this manifold and this exhaust to show you how this works. So basically, I have my camera in one hand, and I'm going to try to adjust this with my hand and the other hand here, and you just kind of stick this on here like this. And like I said, if the nut gets rounded off here, this will probably not go on there. The whole purpose of this is to grab the stud right here. Now if you look on here, this particular one goes from 1/4 to about 1/2 inch, and that is basically for bolts like this for the manifold, and for the smaller studs like this, which I'm going to show you how to work. Now before we put that on there, I'm going to hold it just right in the light there, and I think you can kind of see how the teeth down in there will grip that stud. And the whole purpose is when you turn this, it will bite into that stud even more and keep it from spinning on the outside and rounding that stud off. And that's the whole purpose here, like I said, of trying to get one of these studs off. So let me put this on here. Alright, now you can see it's on there, and I apologize for the lighting. It's a little dark and gray out here today, and you can see I've got that on there pretty nice. And like I said, this is just for demonstration purposes. All my heads I've actually got tore apart, believe it or not. I've used this yesterday on another head and got all my stud bolts out, and basically you just go ahead and turn it like this, and as you're turning it, hopefully I can grip this with one hand, and I'll use my knee and turn this like this, and it takes these bolts right out, and you don't have to worry about rounding anything off, which is great. And once you get it off, it saves a lot of time and issues. So I thought this was a pretty cool tool to pass along. If you're going to be taking out stud bolts, I highly recommend using something like this first before you try to use something like this. Like I said, there's a problem with these getting rounded off with these stud bolts. It's not the tool's problem, it's the studs that get really rusty and they're really hard to grip. So I thought I'd just kind of let you guys know about that. And here is a 1/2 inch manifold stud bolts. These things work great on these stud bolts. I'll tell you that. I've had a lot of good luck with these. A lot of times with these stud bolts, you just can't get anything in there to break these loose. And the nice thing about this tool is it's narrow enough to get into some tight places without using a crescent wrench or a pipe wrench, or going the extreme route of welding nuts on like I did before last week when I forgot I even had this tool. So just so you know, if you run into stud problems, check out this extractor. I think it'll help you and save you a lot of money down the road and also save you some time. So thanks for watching, and until the next video, guys, have a great day.